Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Viroqua, Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, and we are set for tonight's Coulee Conference matchup. Wow, talk about jumping right into things. It's the Norsemen and the Blackhawks. It's not that often that you wind up starting a season with, as far as duels, so to speak, in the conference. Teams that have played, Westby was up at Onalaska. I'm not sure if Viroqua was up there. I don't believe they were. But yeah, it's quite the deal to get things rolling here. The Blackhawks will start on the defensive side. Westby take first shot at things. It's going to be Trisha Klum, number 3, the senior. Her twin sister, number 4, and Gina as well out there. There's a block at the net by Chose. Viroqua will come right back. That was Swenson with the pop back over to the far side here. Big time hit. That coming up by Chose. She'll get the point. Over on that far sideline, it was Hannah Scrady who went up for the block and just missed it. Good try. Here we are now. It's 1-0. Klum with a tough serve and nobody going after the ball. It drops down. Kappa was thinking about it and then she backed up just in case somebody else would come over to set it. They were kind of thinking maybe possibly Moline or Brendel. 2-0. There's a nice pass coming up top. There is Kappa, but stepping up, making the block, Emma Chose. There's another block. That time it was Jackson, I believe, getting the hands on that one. Chose was there as well. Emily Jackson with the stop. Also out there in that front row, number 11, in Erin Gluck, and we know she can get up in the air. There's a hard hit from the back by Swenson. That's not going anywhere. And we're going to get a very, very quick timeout. 5-0 your score here as Westby jumps out in front. As we come back, we want to say thanks to American Family Insurance, Miranda Wright Agency, bringing you today's action, as well as ADRC, Aging and Disability Resource Center of Vernon County. Here's a hard hit going cross court. That was Gina Klum right there to get that one, setting the ball up. Hard smash. Back row here coming for the Blackhawks. They get the ball over on a nice return. Here's Jackson on the hit. We're going to get a whistle. Somebody was in the net. Not sure who it was. They're going to say number 5 for the Blackhawks and Emma Moyleen. Moyleen's, I'll tell you what, she's a tough player too there. Both these teams with some nice athletes playing. There's a block at the net. Moyleen with a nice one-hand save. Or check that. That was actually number 6 in Brendel. Excuse me. Little tip play at the net. Able to dig that one out. That was Moyleen. There's Snodgrass. Back up. And a hard hit from Chose. She'll get the point again. Emma Chose is playing red hot right now. It's 7-0 Westby here in game 1. Best of 5. And we go to 25 unless your 5th game. Then it's 15. Somebody in the net here, number 4, it was a foot fault. Number 4, number 6 is who that was, and Brendel. Tell you what, Megan Brendel, only a freshman, playing tough here on the varsity. You gotta like that. Back row hit, Klum to Klum. Gina to, the ball hit outside the netting here. Trisha Klum. So Gina and Trisha, that's a good combination. senior twins. Here's the opening serve here for the Blackhawks. Westby with the free hit back over. The lap, the libero with the pass, but the ball hit into net by Brendel. Back to Westby it goes, and Aaron Gluck with the serve as Gina Klum comes out of the ball game, and we'll catch who's in for her in a moment. There's a hard serve. That's going to be a point. Just over the netting. Into the game here, number 10 in Ava Berg, sophomore here for the Norsemen. Luke, a junior. Back row, it is in. And there is another point with the ace, 11-1 Westby. Well, the Blackhawks are going to try and stop this one, and that one will not get over the net. Here's Viroqua now. It's their turn for the serve, and it's a good-looking serve to Snodgrass. Popping the ball up, hard hit, not over the net at all. Into the net and down. It was Berg with the hard shot. Couldn't get enough on it to slide up over the top. Pretty good serve there by Viroqua. We'll catch who that is. Deep back row hit. The lap on the save. That's Swenson with the free hit. They'll get the point. A low shot, and Gluck went down to try and dig it out, and it just kind of went straight across, parallel to the ground. Trying to catch the number here. That is going to be hard hit here. That was Brendel, by the way. On those serves, she gets 2 out of 3. 12-4 your score. Again, thanks to the Bank of Cashton helping us out tonight. Appreciate their support. And Bobby Johns in Cashton as well. Sam Balto. That hit out of bounds. Too hard of a shot there from Bryn Swenson, the junior. Chose will step back to serve. Cashton Building Supply and CBS Design bringing you the action tonight. That ball hit on the line. That was Swenson cross court. Now that was quite the shot. Getting that one to drop in. Substitution coming in. Kappa comes out, and coming in to serve here is number 7 in Emma Harum. Harum to serve. She's a senior. Nice serve to Snodgrass. Popping the ball up. Big hit. Harum is there. They'll come to reset. That was Neprud into the game. Back over it goes to the Norsemen. That's Fortune. They'll reset. Hard cross-court hit. It is in. Well, much to Katie Schwartz thoughts, she thought it was out, but Karen Deal, the line judge over there in the corner, said it was in. And it's 14-5. Here's the serve by the Norsemen. We are going to get a timeout here. And they're going to say, we'll replay it. Serving here for the Norsemen is Kaylee Kerner, the senior. He was an all-conference pick last year. Real nice job. That ball is going to be out. Swenson went for the far corner and missed the line. Cashton Farm Supply, Ernie Peterson and that crew on Highway 27 helping us out tonight. There's a nice pass. Oh, trying to tip it up and over. That one just couldn't quite get enough oomph on it. That coming off the arm of Neprud. Kerner will continue to serve. That serve gets over the net to Swenson. They'll reset to Swenson. Hard hit. Partial block at the net. Goes out of bounds here. Going up for the block, that was number 12 in Hannah Peterson. Also trying to help out, number 8 in Allie Fortune. Here comes the serve by Moyleen Snodgrass. Kerner, nice setup there and a big hit. Wonderful job there by Brendo, excuse me. There's the lap. Partial tip at the net. That was by Fortune. They'll reset the ball down the far sideline, and Kemi DeLapp dove for that, able to save it. Free hit coming back here to the Norsemen. They'll set the ball up to Fortune, and it is just out. Boy, I tell you what, they almost gave up on it, and it's a good thing they didn't, as Snodgrass able to pop the ball back over. That was quite the play. 7 serving 16 to Snodgrass. Here's Kerner, back set. Cross-court hit, too far on that one. Ava Berg trying to come across here across court and just had a little too much firepower on it. Back we go here on the serve. That is going to be off from Berg again. And now the timeout here by Westby. Our thanks going out to Coon Valley Telecommunications. Thanks to Carol Olson and all the great crew down there. Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op. That's John Maslevicek and that wonderful bunch in Upper Chaseburg. And don't forget the Daily Brew. Stop in there for some terrific coffees. That, of course, coming up here. That's a nice place to stop in the morning. Kind of get that groove on. We'll take a quick break. Moyleen will continue to serve here as Viroqua trying to bounce back here, trailing now by 7. It's 9 serving 16. There's Berg, cross court again. Moyleen is there. Now DeLapp sets the ball up. Swenson with the hit. Kerner back set down this far sideline, and it is in. Tell you what, you came down this near sideline, and I believe on that shot, that was Ava Berg. Back into the ball game. Here comes Gina Klum now, and she will try to get the Norsemen back on their point total as they've been sitting on, well, 16. It's now 17, and look at that shot. Swenson red hot on those lines, and she comes up with the point. And it's 10 serving 17. Westby jumping out quick, but Viroqua slowly trying to come back into this one. There's Snodgrass going down and digging that one out. Nice job. A little tip play on the net. That was Gluck. Back to the Blackhawks. And that is a hard shot there by Brendo, the freshman. Picking up the point. Not to be outdone. Taking a look here as Swenson will continue to serve. She walks up and the line drive hit to Snodgrass. Kerner setting the ball, but it goes over to the Blackhawks. Back set, cross-court hit. Good save here by the Norsemen. That's Klum. They'll try to come right back. Blocked at the net. That was number 12 and Grace Stuber. Partially blocked there by the official, but she was up there and had both hands on it. Swenson with the line drive serve. That's going to go out of bounds. That one did not drop down with any top spin. Here comes Snodgrass. Kinsey, now a senior. That's hard to believe, too. Gets the ball over. Tipped at the net. Nice save by Klum. That's hit number 3 because the first one was a block. They'll set the ball up. Here's a little tip play at the net. Westby able to recover. Back cross-court hit. We are going to get a violation after the hit coming up by number 11 and Aaron Gluck. Gluck again up in the air. Somebody was in the net on the Blackhawk side over that far corner. They're going to have to bring a towel out here now with some perspiration. It's a warm one in here, and you can see the crowd, folks. It is full on that far side. It's full on this side. It is a packed house, and that's what you got to love to see. Been a while since you've seen everybody, or so many people, I should say, everybody here at a match like this. Boy, there was another nice play tipped by Grace Stuber. Little off balance, got the play going, and Viroqua sitting at 13, serving 19 now. And into the game here comes Whitney Scrady. Scrady with the serve. There's Gluck. Back cross-court hit, and they're going to get the point. Megan Brendel again. Tell you what, Megan can get up in the air. There's the serve. Coming up, that was to Klum. Here comes Gluck one more time. This one, though, goes into the net. (15) serving 19. Thanks to the Eagle Title Company. Lori Holte. That ball is just deep. Oh, Westby will get the ball back. They hit the 20 mark. 20 serving 15. Evinger Equipment Sales and Service. We thank Mark Evinger for his wonderful help as we continue on with tonight's ball game. They're located on the north side of Viroqua. Here is Tricia Klum with the serve. There's a block at the net, and it is just out of bounds. Chose and Jackson went up for the block, and the ball touched out of bounds. Into the game now to serve 13 and Neprud once again. Snodgrass pops the ball up, got to get it over, and they do with Chose. It goes out of bounds. Just a little too much on that one, and the ball carried to the far side into the laps of the Blackhawks. That would be 4 hits on the Norsemen. Ball right off the top of the netting. It's 18 serving 20. Neprud continuing. That one off Snodgrass. And the crowd is fired up. Here comes the timeout. Timeout Westby. That's their second. Crowd standing here for Viroqua. They like what they see. Blackhawks continue with the serve after the timeout. They trail 19-20. Neprud with the line drive serve, and that one caught the top part of the net and did not spin over the top. So many times you'll see it do that. In this case, it did not. Here's the serve coming back to Kemi Delap. Cross-court hit, tipped at the net by Chose. Klum resets. Down that far sideline it goes. That coming off the arm of Ava Berg. Here's Gluck on the pass. Klum sets the ball up. Berg again, block. Got to play it, still playable. Good job by both teams to play. Hard hit, that was Kappa. Klum, free hit coming by Snodgrass. Blackhawks with a chance to capitalize. Not able to do so just yet. Free hit coming, that's Swenson. Got the job done. Klum sets up, look out. There's a big hit, and that was off from Chose. Bryn Swenson did a nice job of getting an arm on it, but controlling it is always the tough one. And that's kind of what happened there. Gluck with the serve. She'll go to the back row. Neprud with the set. Almost slipped. Wonder if there's some water there. There's Berg, far court, and that's out of bounds. Far court, far corner. Not able to hit it. 20, serving 22 for Megan Brendel. Brendel, the freshman, jump serve. gets it over to Snodgrass on the pass. Set the ball up, little tip play at the net, little touch. And Viroqua, oh, look out there. Ava Berg said, thank you, I'll take that return any day. Popping the ball straight down on top of the Hawks, and it's 23-20. Here's Emma Chose now. Chose with the serve. They'll reset the ball to Swenson. She hit it out. Went to that back row and just missed. Here's a timeout, Viroqua. Game point coming up here. It's 24 serving 20. Thanks to Nordic Lanes. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast there. If they have their computer up and running. Main Street Mobile Mart as well, supporting the broadcast. And don't forget Gunnarsson Health, the Viroqua Clinic. Appreciate all those wonderful sponsors helping us out as we continue on with this varsity matchup. Coulee Conference, tell you what, it's a big one to start things off with. Westby, with that crew of seniors last year, making it all the way to the sectional finals before losing and ending their season. This new set of seniors and some juniors looking to show their own abilities. That pass just gonna miss. It's 21-24, still game point. Gonna come in just a little closer here. Here is Harum with the serve. That is deep. Just deep by about the width of the ball, if that. And the final score, 25-21 on the varsity side. Westby will pick up the win here in game number 1, 25-21. We'll take a little break here as they put 3 minutes on the board, and we'll come back with game number 2. game number 2 to get set here, and it is going to be Viroqua with the opening serve and Neprud. Here comes Westby. Boy, they wasted no time there getting the ball to Emma Chose, and she slammed that one down for the point. And now Clum will drop back in Tricia to serve. Tricia on the serve. Back row it goes. That was Brendel. Back to Westby, setting the ball up. Back row shot off from Gluck's arm. Back to Snodgrass on the return. Kind of a safe hit there by the Blackhawks. And there's Gluck. And Aaron Gluck, she took a little something off that one. Kind of a little change up there, and that was enough to disrupt the motion defensively for the Blackhawks. It's 2-0 Westby. Clum continuing to serve. Back road again to Brendel. Neprud resets. Here comes Brendel. That one is driven into the net. 3-0 our score. Well, Premier Co-op helping us out tonight. I believe we might have mentioned that already. River Bank also supporting today's action. That ball is off the net. That was Trixie Kappa trying to come up with that one, and it just kind of ricocheted right back at her. You got to watch out for those. Those will get you. Clum continuing at 4-0 on the serve. Back row Brendel, Neprud. They're going to go to the back row setup with Swenson. Not quite what she wanted on it. Boy, there was a big time hit. A pretty good set right there, and I believe that was Chose who pounded on that one. 5-0. There's the serve. Swenson, look out now. And somebody was in the net. That might have been, that was either Chose or Jackson. They're going to say it was Chose. The ball sailed over the net on an easy floater back to the Norsemen, and Chose was ready to put that one down, but her momentum also put her into the net. Snodgrass on a little set. Back it goes to Westby, and they're not able to get the ball over. Viroqua will pick up the point, and Megan Brendel will continue to serve. It's 2-5. Line drive serve out of bounds. Snodgrass letting that one go. Clum will come out. Bird comes in. 6-2 as Gluck with the serve. That was going to be a grab. Yeah, Kappa is kind of shaking her head like, I don't know what happened there. It hit the net and bounced back, but it was more like a grab anyways. There's a good save. They'll get the ball over by DeLapp. Westby sets up. Chose tipped the ball over a little bit high, and Viroqua able to capitalize. Oh, out of bounds. Boy, I tell you, they had a shot at it right there. Kappa did the right thing by going to the back row, but it went too far. Kappa's going to come out for the moment, and coming into the ball game is Haley Dregney, senior. We've watched Haley now for a couple years. I tell you what, she is a very good volleyball player. She's very active with things, and she gets right into it here in this opening setup in her entrance into the game. Swenson puts that one into the lower part of the net as the ball was set a little low herself to her. Not up in the air like you would like. There's the serve by Gluck. There's that left-handed hit. That is out of bounds, no good. And a timeout coming here by Viroqua. It's 10-2. Our thanks going out to, let's take a look here. Real Mutual Insurance helping us out. That's Kevin Blusky. And, of course, we got to say thanks to Scenic Bluffs Community Health Care. Terrific job they're doing in the Cashton and surrounding communities. Back with more here with a quick rest. Aaron Gluck will continue to serve. Now 10 serving 2. Line drive hit to DeLapp. On the pass to Neprud. Sets the ball up. Swinson on the far court. That one just off the fingertip of Aaron Gluck. Kind of a swing and a foul tip. And Viroqua will get the point and the serve. Back into the ball game comes Harum to serve. And Haley Dregney will come out of the game. Harum comes in for the serve. And I tell you what, it's a good one over to Snodgrass. Klum sets the ball up. That's going to be an illegal hit here. Or check that. Somebody was in the net. Oh, number 12 was in the net. And Grace Stuber trying to go up and anticipate a potential block, and she gets called for being in the net. Neprud sets the ball up. Here's Swinson with the hard hit. Good dig by Gluck over there. Check that. That was actually Chose, excuse me. Anticipated where they were at. Better not do that. Here's Berg with the tip here on the near side. DeLapp sets the ball up. Swinson from the back row. There's a nice save there by the Norsemen. And Gluck again twisting and turning, trying to save that one with a one-handed punch, not able to do so. Tell you what, Aaron Gluck is pretty athletic. Trying to get the hand on that one to pop the ball up, and she got turned the wrong way. Here's a line drive serve out of bounds. .12 serving 4, Westby. And Kerner coming in. Kaylee Kerner, now the senior as well. Moyleen with the setup. That's going to go too far. Swinson. Tell you what, Bryn Swinson has got a lot of strength. Let me just tell you. Here's the setup. And another shot out of bounds. That one coming off from Kate Quackenbush. Now into the ball game. Cami DeLapp with the set. Back up here, Moyleen. And there's your hard hit that will capitalize for a point. That coming off from the swing of Swinson. 5 serving 14 here in game number 2. Westby picking up the win in game 1, 25-21. Got to get the ball over, and they just did do that. That was Berg with the fingertip touch. There's a nice play. Gluck diving in. Free touch here by Westby. Cross-court hit blocked at the net. That block over there, that was number 12. Let's give Hannah Peterson some credit there. Gina Klum re-enters. Down low. That ball tipped on the return off from Stuber, and we're going to get another timeout. Quick reaction by that front row, and I think that could have been Allie Fortune in there for the Norsemen on that return. 16-5 your score, another break. Westby on top. Here's Gina Klum with the serve as we come back. Cross-court hit, and I tell you what, Brendel had some zip on that ball, and Whitney Scrady will re-enter to serve. Scrady coming in. Blackhawks down by 10 at 6-16. That's your score. Nice serve. That one is on the line. Get the ace. Snodgrass was trying to get out of the way and wound up on the backside, but I don't think the ball touched her. I'm pretty sure it was on the line. They'll set the ball up. There is Gluck. She'll get the point. Coming right back. That one tipped. I'm not sure. It might have been Quackenbush with a hand on it. Haley Dregney back into the game, number 11. Also Cami DeLapp, the libero. Speaking of libero, at 17-7, here is Kinsey Snodgrass to serve. Over to Swenson, setting the ball up. There's a big block right there. And now we got to decide, is it in or out? It is a point. Now they're going to talk this one over. It depends on if Viroqua touched it or not. That's going to be the question. So the officials are going to do the right thing here and get together. Make sure they got the right call. Our thanks going out to a couple more of those sponsors, such as Sealand's Carpetland. Thanks to Tim Sealand and the great crew there. Sleepy Hollow here in Viroqua. On the north side, of course, you got your 3 facilities there. And Vernon Communications. We thank them for their continued support of our broadcast. Here is the setup now, and we are going to get a whistle. Somebody in the net here for the Norsemen. Looks like it might have been 1-2. It looks like is who they're saying. That would be Peterson. Neprud will enter the game. Quackenbush comes out. Neprud with a nice serve. We're going to get an illegal touch here. 2 hits, 2 touches by Chose, and that will be a point here now for Viroqua. Trying to save that one. You got to give a ton of credit there to Erin Gluck with her speed. She was able to track it down, but once she got there, just couldn't get enough to bring the ball back towards midcourt. Little tip play at the net. They'll come right back. Will the Blackhawks. Westby sets the ball up, tip over, and it's going to be a foot fault here on Westby. I think Peterson was over the line, from what I could see anyways. So back to Viroqua it goes, 11-18. Neprud still serving. We do have a substitution. I think we're going to wait and see here. No, it's not going to be a substitute, or is it? There is a substitution, all right. Took them a little bit to get that one worked over, but now they got it straight. And Kaylee Kerner comes in that front row. She's a setter, and she's a good one. Not much you can do there. The ball hit more towards the back, and now Arena Kwame will call a timeout. She wants to talk things over and get things lined up. Vernon Electric Cooperative helping us out tonight. We thank the great crew down there on Saugstead Road. And Vernon Manor Healthcare here on the north side, bringing you all of our action. Well, they're checking things over, and they got everybody lined up where they want, and now they can get going. And there is a really nice serve. Let's see what happens here as Gluck able to get the heel of the hand on it. Back over to the Blackhawks. They return here on one shot, make it 2. Westby nearly come up with a foot fault, but able to recover over there in that far corner. There's Snodgrass with the bump. Same with Kerner. Gluck with the free hit, back over, going the wrong direction. Now trying to recover. Viroqua, excellent job staying with the ball. Kerner sets it up. Free touch back over to DeLapp. On the set, Neprud, block at the net, no. Getting the point over there was Megan Brendel again. Freshman making herself known here in tonight's matchup. The serve, line drive to Snodgrass. Kerner passes forward. There's Gluck with the hit. Back to Neprud. Now DeLapp sets the ball up. Cross-court hit. Good job by the Norsemen, keeping the ball alive. That was Klum. Still, Klum again. Popping the ball up. On the return, DeLapp with the pass. Cross-court hit. Klum again. That's Gina. Here's Gluck. Touched last here. Got to get after it. That's going to be 4 hits. Tell you what, the Blackhawks doing a great job trying to get to the ball, but they wound up kind of losing it. Moyleen took a shot at trying to hit it over, but that was hit number 4. Here's Tricia Klum with the serve. All-conference player last year. Snodgrass back deep. It's going to be too far. That one coming off the hand of Klum, and she says, my bad. Well, she did the right thing. She had to pop it over. It just had a little too much to it. That's all. Here comes a serve. That is Brendo with that nice jump serve. And boy, speaking of a hit, that was Chose coming up strong. It's 20 serving 14. Game 2, where we're sitting. Dregney is going to come out of the ball game, and coming in back into the game is Kappa. Kappa, with that height, looking for some offensive fireworks. That ball hit out of bounds on the far side. Kappa missed the line. Not a hard hit. She just tried to place it over there. Got to give her credit. She had the right idea. Here's Gluck with the serve. They'll set the ball up to Kappa. Hard shot. Nice dig there by Klum. In Tricia. Free hit coming back. Viroqua quick to react. There's a nice block. That was a block there by Kappa. Timed that one well, and it's 15 serving 21. Crowd again very vocal. They are enjoying tonight's matchup. Here's Harem with the serve. That's going to be out of bounds as it hit the antenna. Chose tried to hit the ball straight up, and on the spin over there was Berg going out of bounds. Or, well, it hits the antenna, so that means it's out of bounds, coming from the out of bounds area. Got the ball over on a great reaction there. That was a beautiful save for the Norsemen. Now Viroqua trying to get the point back. Block at the net. We're going to get a whistle. Looks like Grace Stuber was just in the net. Back into the ball game comes DeLapp. Here's Chose with the serve. Back row, it goes to Brendo. Nice setup here. Swenson with the hit. It goes out of bounds. Swenson coming off a cross-court shot from far to near, and she missed it by, oh, I don't know, a couple of feet anyways. Chose will continue to serve. Back row it goes. Sets up for Stuber. Now the back row, too much on that one. Chose kind of knew it as she hit the ball, and she claps her hands as it goes out of bounds. Probably wants that one back, right? You couldn't blame her. Here's Moyleen with the serve. Sets up for Berg. Up to the top it goes. Tell you what, that ball by DeLapp, it hits the ceiling and comes down. If you can ever get to that, you're doing some really good things. Let me tell you, it comes down so much faster. Here's game point as Kerner steps in to serve. 24-17. There's the serve to DeLapp. Back set. touch ball over the top here to the Norsemen. Here comes Berg, and she'll get the point. Big time hit. The lap couldn't quite reach it. And your score is going to be 25-17, and we'll rotate again here as Westby picks up a 2-0 lead over the host Viroqua Blackhawks. 25-21, 25-17. The Norsemen will start things off serving with Tricia Klum to the back row with Swenson. Moving the ball forward is a pretty good hard hit right there. Now Chose coming in. The return is going to go out of bounds off from DeLapp. Westby picking up point number 1. Neprud comes out of the ball game. She started, and we'll take a look and see who comes in. That was number 2 in Hannah Grady. Klum on point number 2 with the serve. There's a hard shot, boy, I tell you what. That was a very hard hit. And Trixie Kappa taking care of business there. Here's a serve by Neprud. Chose, no, into the net. And we're tied at 2 apiece. Norsemen looking to try and come up with a win here and end this matchup tonight. It would be 3-0. Viroqua, with their backs to the wall, they need this ball game. They'll get the point as that one skipped off the arm of Gluck, and it's now 3-2. Scrady, or Chetka, excuse me, that's Neprud, I mean. Right now, Westby just a little off kilter, and Viroqua taking advantage here as they're up 4-2. Serve to the back row. There's Gluck on the free hit. They'll reset. Cross-court shot. Klum is there, and Gina. Hard stop. Boy, good job there by Cami DeLapp. Coming right back to Klum in the back row. Here's Gluck with the hit. That one sails away. Westby wondering if somebody didn't touch that, but they say no. Here's Snodgrass on the pass. They'll set up Chose. That will get the point. That one right on top of Bryn Swenson. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, that's VMH, so much care so close, helping us out tonight. As well as the VFW of Viroqua, thanks to 500 points. How about that? For Bryn Swenson. That's pretty cool. Well, congratulations to Bryn. And she's got to fighting back those tears, right? That's pretty good. And she says, okay, let's go play ball. The official says, are you ready? And she thumbs up, says, you bet. Back over from Swenson. Tip play at the net. That was Chose. Viroqua resets. There's a hard smash. That one by the Hawks. There's a block at the net. Kappa, she had a couple of good hits, and that one she's able to block it and put it down. Here's Brendel with the serve. Back row to Gluck. Set the ball up to Chose. The lap on the stop. Here comes Swenson. She'll push the ball over to the far side to Berg. Back set. This is going to be Jackson. She'll hit the corner. Good ball movement there by the Norsemen. And now Allie Fortune steps in. Swenson on the pass. They'll reset to her. That ball's blocked at the net. Dug out of there by Brendel. Swenson again. That one's off the top. And they're going to say nobody touched it. Now Karen Deal will come over, and she's going to talk to him. Him being the official here, the referee, and we're going to stay with the call. Well, those are not easy, let me tell you. I've been up there on that stand for a few years. There's a hard hit by Berg, and she put that one down in a hurry. Chose dropping back to serve, and we're knotted at 6 apiece now. A little bit easier serve to Swenson. They'll reset, back set actually, There's Gluk. Schultz got to get the ball over. Klum able to do that. Kappa sets the ball up. Back to her it comes. He'll go over here to Klum. Back row. Actually, Schultz. Now the big hit by Fortune. And it's blocked. Well, you can take your pick. It was either Kappa or Swenson. I'm not sure which one was there. They both were ready to try and get the block in there. Thanks to the Viroqua Booster Club helping us out tonight. Appreciate their wonderful support. As well as the Viroqua Dental Center and Dr. Leanne Klum. Speaking of, Rob Klum is now the president of the Booster Club. How about that? Well, Viroqua picking up a couple of quick points here. They now lead 8-6 over the Norsemen as Harum continuing to serve in a jam-packed house here tonight. Tipped at the net. They'll come right back to Swenson. She'll go cross court to Berg. Here's Fortune. Deep corner. Popped up in the air by Brendel. Swenson, cross court hit. And that one's going to get through the hands of Gluk. Hard shot. Aaron just slaps her hands like, I got to get the next one now. That ball sails out of bounds. Kerner going to come into the ball game along with Hannah Peterson now. Jackson and Tricia Klum will step out for a moment. And we'll say thanks to the Varsity Funeral Home helping us out tonight. Appreciate Gina and Justin and the crew. There's a hard shot that is not going to get over. I'm saying that one hit the antenna, so it'll be out. Eight serving 9. Kerner with the serve. Got the ball over. Boy, there's a hard hit. That was Swenson. And they could probably say 501. Neprud steps out. Moyleen steps in to serve. That one is in. An ace for Moyleen, and it's a timeout. Westby. They trail 8-11 as we say thanks to the Westby Co-op Creamery helping us out tonight, as well as the Westby Co-op Credit Union. We got a dandy one going on. Viroqua needing this game to force game 4. They lead 11-8. Both teams ready to go. Moyleen with the serve, and too much on that one. Well, Emma had the right idea again. You want to go to that back row and kind of force those passes, but that one sailed on her. Gina Klum comes into the ball game. Stepping out for the moment is Ava Berg for the Norsemen. The lap trying to return that serve, and it goes underneath the net. 10-11 now. DeLapp with the ball as she moves it forward. There's a hit. Can they get to it? Oh, not quite. Good try there. Allie Fortune, I believe, was the one who punched that one over to the near side. Hannah Peterson over there also. Klum with a game knotted at 11 is going to pick up an ace. 12-11 Westby. Klum continuing with the serve. That one goes low, and she'll get 2 aces in a row. And just like that, Westby is up by 2. They were trailing 6-8, And now they're up 13-11. Here's the lap on a good pass. Set the ball up. Hard hit. That's going to go out of bounds. Hannah Scrady, tell you what, she's got some length to her here, and the leverage just had it fly out of bounds on her. Pushing the ball over to the far side. That's Gluck. Kerner. They'll tip the ball over by Fortune. Here's the lap on the pass. Swenson goes cross court. That's out of bounds. And here's the timeout, Viroqua. Well, you got to use them. You don't want to get too far behind. It's 15-11. Westby out in front here in game 3. Gina Klum gets the whistle, and here's her approach for the serve to DeLapp on the pass. Moyleen over here to the near side with Scrady. That one touched the antenna, and that'll be an out-of-bounds call, 16-11. Klum on a bit of a roll right now with her serve as that one floats over to Swenson. Back set to Swenson. That one's going to drop in. That was a nice give and go from the volleyball side, right? That'll put the score now at 12 serving 16. Snodgrass on the bump to Kerner. Gluck, back row, the lap. Now Moyleen. That is going to go out of bounds on the far side off from Swenson. Just a little too far on that one. 17-12. Here is Snodgrass. Line drive serve to the lap. Up front it goes. They'll kick it back to Swenson. She goes back to Snodgrass on the Norseman side. Back set, blocked there by, was going to Peterson, but it was blocked by Brendel. She was right there. Maybe got some help also from Grace Stuber. Stuber and DeLapp come out of the ball game. Whitney Scrady comes in. Whitney with the serve. Take a look, somebody in the front row, I did not see who that was. We're going to get a whistle here. And somebody touched the net, it looks like. They're going to say Hannah Scrady, okay. Here's Emily Jackson back in. Emily Jackson, the junior. Tricia Klum, the senior, to serve. Gina Klum in the back row along with Snodgrass. You got Gluck and Chose up front with Jackson. They'll serve the ball up here. Here comes Gluck. That's blocked at the net. Still, can they play it? It's out of bounds. Good try. Well, they got 3 shots at it, and they never gave up, but the ball finally went out of bounds. 14 serving 8 for Neprud. Neprud with the serve. That'll be an ace. Drop that one in the middle of the court. Elsie will continue on here at 15 serving 8. Snodgrass on a nice pass. There's Chose. That'll drop in. Somebody tipped it, and then the lap just could not quite reach it. Here comes Berg back into the ball game as Ava joins the front row. Gluck will serve to DeLapp. Passing forward it goes. It's going to come back to Swenson on a free pass to the Norsemen. There's Berg, my goodness. Look out there, and DeLapp couldn't reach it. 20 serving 15. That ball will not get over the net. Brendel will serve now for Viroqua. Blackhawks down by 4. They get one back. 17-20 now. That's to Snodgrass on the pass to Klum. They'll look to bump the ball forward, but instead, Schoss bumps it into the net. That ball is going to sail out of bounds. (21-18). Here's Emma Schoss. Schoss with the serve. Back row Swenson. They'll reset. Here's Trixie Kappa with the pass to the Norsemen. Westby setting up to Berg, and she'll get the point. Ava Berg got on top of that one and drove it down to the floor. It's 22, serving 18. A quick break in the action. Westby on top. Norsemen with the serve for Emma Schoss. They're up by 3, make it 4, 22-18. Got the go-ahead, waiting for the whistle. And here we go. Back row to Lap. Nice pass forward to Neprud. Here's Swenson, cross court, going down after it was Galuk. And I tell you what, it was a great effort, but the ball just went straight underneath the net. Couldn't get any leverage to pop it up. Hiram comes in. Kappa comes out. Brendel and Neprud in the back with Hiram. Good serve to Snodgrass. Fortune with a little tip. Viroqua controlling. They'll get the point. Well, a hard line drive hit by Moyleen is enough to get the point. 20, serving 22 for Hiram. Too much on that one by Berg. And it's 21-22. Emma Hiram with the serve. Now 23-22. Check that, 22 apiece we got. 22 apiece, another break in the action. Timeout, Westby. Blackhawks coming from behind here have tied things up at 22 apiece. There's Galuk with the pass. They'll set the ball up. Here's a big-time hit. Somebody was in the net as well. That was Stuber, but I tell you what, Westby had that point all over the place on a big-time shot. Kaylee Kerner now with the serve as Westby's up by 1. Here's Neprud setting the ball up to Swenson, and that'll be a point. Galuk going after that one, and tell you what, a full-out dive, trying to dig it out. 23 apiece for Moyleen now. Emma Moyleen gets the whistle. Here's the serve. It's in the net. Now it's game point Westby as Gina Klum comes in to serve. Berg steps out. Here's the serve to the back row to the lap. They got to get the ball over, keep the play alive. Free shot, they did it. Here's Kerner on the set. Tip play to the far side, it goes. Back to the middle, here comes Swenson. Free touch here, Snodgrass. Kerner back set. Cross court, nope, hits the antenna. Peterson on the hit, caught the antenna, and we're tied at 24. Viroqua needs this game to keep playing. Westby wins, they win the match 3-0. There's Galuk. Kerner sets the ball up. Viroqua back to the far side it goes. There's Snodgrass. Got the ball over. They're going to call a two-hit violation. A little bit of a delay, but it was probably there. And now it's game point, Viroqua. Setting the ball back up. Here's Gluck, tipped at the net. Swenson on the save. Popping the ball up, got to get it over on a free hit. They're able to do just that to the lap. They reset the ball. Here comes Brendo with this hit. Still playable. Wow. Talk about a tough one off from the ceiling. Here's Moyleen, tip play once more. Westby, Gluck, free shot to the lap. They'll reset. Here comes Brendo, cross-court hit. Nice dig by Klum. Gluck, tip play. It'll score the point. Took a little bit off and the misdirection, and now it's 25 apiece. Here's Snodgrass. Back and forth we go. We're playing a little extra volleyball, folks. You got to win by 2 here, 25 apiece. That not going to get over. Brendo with the hard hit. It caught the top third of the net and went straight down. And now you're setting a game point for the Norsemen. It's been back and forth that way. Snodgrass gets the ball over. That's Brendo. They'll back set. Tip the ball back here to the Norsemen. Here's Kerner to Gluck. Gluck, cross-court hit, going the wrong direction, and there it is. There's your game. Westby will pick up the win, and the teams will come across and shake hands here as it's 27-25. And I tell you what, that was a great game. That will give you goosebumps no matter what side you're on. They played the hearts out. Well, for Westby, they pick up a 3-0 win. 25-21, 25-17, and 27-25 here. And just a great match. Congratulations to the Viroqua Blackhawks. They played very, very well. And, of course, under the direction of head coach Katie Schwartz. Meanwhile, head coach Arena Kwame and her crew, they've got to be glad to get out of here with a 3-0 win against the host Viroqua Blackhawks. Well, thanks for watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Viroqua Volleyball. And we'll see you coming up down the road. We'll have a tape-delayed ball game, football game coming up on Thursday night with Cashton and Brookwood. And then another tape-delayed broadcast will probably be up at Arcadia as Viroqua travels there, and Westby will host West Salem. That game will be live on Friday night. Join Dave Gluck and Dan Grass. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks to those sponsors. Thanks to Dan Brown here, the athletic director in Viroqua. Good night, everyone.